We saw a house that was being renovated nearby and we saw that it was quite an interesting design, and so I mentioned it to Sally and I think you took it from there.
Yeah, it was similar constraints on the site, and so we thought, well, they're already tackling something like that in the neighbourhood, and so we did a bit of research and then we found them and looked at all their other work and we're like, okay, this could definitely be a really good option for us. I go on building sites a lot, and so I know all the ways that builders can hide stuff they don't want you to look at. But the site was tidy, the boys were, willing to have a chat with us. They were, really smart and intelligent and funny, and they were sort of, talking us through stuff. And when you can see the framing of a building, you can actually see where the shortcuts are, and there weren't any. And so that was really good for us to be able to see that, and that really just sort of cemented the fact that we were making the right decision. So we went to them with the concept and said, this is what we want to do, this is how much we want to spend, and then actually their advice helped us refine it to a point where we could actually build it. We had friends who were building at the same time, and they were happy with their builder, and we went through that process, but he was, in terms of professional practice, they were just streets apart.
Yeah, so there was an additional confidence we had in Adam and Craig. The sites were always clean at the end of the day, so it seemed like a very tidy operation and well in control. It was a happy building site.
What the site team, as well as Adam and Craig, were able to do was to try and understand what we were trying to achieve, and they were really able and willing to make suggestions that fit with that. And so it might not have been exactly what I had planned, but it worked with the overall. And particularly because we're trying to marry the old front of the house with the new, we were really clear about where those things needed to come together and how we wanted them to go. And as soon as they understood that, they were absolutely on board. I had to sort of wear two hats as kind of like the homeowner, but then the architect, and what are the questions that are coming up that I need to respond to, and things like that.
I think one of the big challenges was we had to agree on things, like all the fixtures and fittings. So, yeah.
The best thing for me is that they never came to me with a problem they didn't have a potential solution for. And so they were coming to me with, here's the problem, here's what we think we can do, how does that fit? And 9 times out of 10, because they understood what we were trying to achieve, their potential solutions were actually spot on. It's the biggest thing you ever do, so you want to get it right, and we took our time.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I took my time. For me, the big one was the willingness and ability to collaborate. Architects and builders notoriously don't always get along, and so respect was always a big thing for me as well. I wanted to have builders that I could work with, because I don't have all the answers, and this is their area of expertise. So I wanted builders that could bring that and were willing to really come on the journey with us. So that was really important for me. A lot of the things that we put a lot of time and a lot of money into, like the windows and those sustainable ideas that we've put into the house about being able to open the windows at night and purge out hot air, and we do that all the time now. It's just, and even the kids, like everybody understands, oh, it's cool outside, let's open all the windows, and we flush all the hot air out.
It's a really nice feeling. We've always got projects sort of on the go, but keeping busy, but yeah, it's sort of a nice place to be, so it's good to relax here.
My favourite part of my job is actually seeing buildings come out of the ground, and so I loved that part, but then being able to live in it forever is kind of the icing on the cake, really.